Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my dear sharEvery family and dear guests. I'm Rashmi Rathi. I'm a coach, trainer, and moderator here at 𝐿, and this is meeting number 466. Our topic is how does sleep work? And I am your host today. I'm so excited to watch as the meeting unfolds and we can learn about how sleep really works for everybody. We have our prime mover who shall introduce our guest speaker. And our prime mover today is none other than our beautiful coach Bharti Tiwari. She is always jolly and energetic. Put your hands together for Coach Bharti ma'am. Ma'am, stage is yours.
And good evening to all of you. Very kind-hearted person, and she is a Krishna Kalani, and she's from Noida. She is an ex-technical executive. She has a one daughter, and she's a 6-year-old. She wants to learn and teach new things from the communities, and she also wants to learn so many things from the people of sharEvery. She always motivates to us, and she runs a franchisee bakery food. She has a lots of qualities. Thank you to giving me the invite, Krishna Kalani ma'am. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Bharti. That was a lovely introduction. Well, thank you so much, Rashmi, for all the things that you have said. How does sleep work? So there's a guy who's sleeping very nicely, who's into deep sleep. So sleep is basically a state where our mental and physical activity is reduced completely, but at the same time, the brain and our body is remarkably active, which means in the background, we have our brain working and we have our body moving. All the muscles are moving, right? You do experience the moment when you have dreams. You do experience moment when you have some kind of pain, or if there's a mosquito biting you, if there's some sound, if the person is a light sleeper, if there's any sound, they will be moving, right? So their brain is active as well as their body is also active in the background, right? So without sleep, you can't form or maintain the pathways in your brain that let you learn and create new memories. And it's also harder to concentrate and respond quickly, which means you will not be able to connect your thinking process correctly, and you won't be able to respond back. For example, if you didn't have a proper sleep, and if you got up in the morning and somebody is going to say, "Good morning, how are you?" So you would not be able to respond saying, "I'm well." It's going in your brain, but you're not able to say it. That's because the connection is not proper. So that's what this means. Sleep accounts for 1/4 to 1/3 of the human lifespan. So people, you have 1/3 of sleep in your entire lifespan. So you can sleep very nicely, right? And despite how simple it seems, sleep is one of the most complex and mysterious body processes known to science and the researchers. So there is a national foundation or organization, sleep organization, which has done a lot of experiments having people put under the sleep, and they were observing the graphs going on in the brain activity. They were observing the body movement. So they didn't actually understand. We have a big picture in front of us as to what goes on, but we don't know the connection between each and small individual thing that's going on in their graphs or in their research, right? So it might be seeming to us as it is simple, but at the same time, it is very complex. So that's what that means. And when you're asleep, your body powers down, which means not entirely, you're not inactive, but at the same time, your brain is working in the background, just like how you restock in your house, in all the containers, dal, pulses, rice, pasta, Maggi, everything, right? In the same way, your brain is also organizing in your mind as to what to put where. right? It's compartmentalizing. And also it does compartmentalize your everyday's memories. So today this happened, so let me put it in this slot. So that's what the body does in the background, right? For example, like a librarian sorting and shelving the books at the end of the day. So whoever comes in takes the books. So you have a legislature going over there. You have books sorting over there at the end of the day, right? So it makes the accessing and using things you learn, remember, easier and more efficient for yourself. Plenty of sleep keeps him on the job. So that means that if you have enough sleep, there's no number, of course, but if you have a proper enough sleep that you are feeling satisfied with, then you will be able to continue on with the day, with the job for the day, right? So that your need for sleep and your sleep patterns change as you age, which means as your age increases, your sleep requirement also changes. So that will be seen for which age, how much hours of sleep is required. There is no magic number of sleep hours. That's what I was just about to say, right? There's no particular number of hours that you need for sleep. So this is how much I'll be sleeping, and that should be enough. There is no such thing, or there's no such amount of hours that you would require in order to get a good, sufficient sleep. Babies initially sleep as much as 16 to 18 hours per day. So, you know, the infants from 0 to 1, right? They sleep 16 to 18 hours per day in order for them to develop physically as well as mentally, right? So that's what they need. And the toddlers and the teens, which are about, who are about 20 or 19, they need about an average of 9.5 hours of sleep. So that's for toddlers and teens. And for most of the adults of our age who are all in this meeting right now, need 7 to 9 hours of sleep, which is only given by the organization, but people do sleep more than required. Example, me. So after 60 years, sleep tends to be shorter, lighter, and is interrupted every 1 or 2 hours by multiple awakenings, which means it's not because of disturbing dreams or sound or anything. It's just that it's a pattern, right? You will be getting up in between the sleep. You will not be able to get a proper sleep, a deep sleep, but after 60, it's all common. Many people feel that they can catch up on missed sleep during the weekends, who work a lot in the weekdays. They think that, okay, let me reduce my sleep today. Let me go to Saturday and then we'll cover up all the hours that we didn't sleep so that we can, you know, boost up our brain. But that's not how it actually works, because you will be sleeping that many hours, but at the same time, you will still not be satisfied with the hours that you've slept. So that's the reason never think catching up is good. Sleep duration can also vary according to the season. So in winter, it's said that 90% of the evenings, people would be sleeping. So the sleeping hours would increase in winter season. But in summer, it reduces because of the sweating, you know, the light sleepiness that you have. You will not be able to go into the deep sleep mode. This is again, according to research. Does it matter when I sleep? So what time is sleeping time? So usually it is nighttime, but is it necessary to sleep in the nighttime only? Or can I sleep in the daytime also, is what this slide is talking about. So yes, according to your biological clock, which means your brain has been set to a particular time. Every single day, you're about to get up by this time, particular time, or around that time. So your biological clock is already set. And according to the daylight pattern, wherever you live in the world, it helps you naturally sleep at that particular time and wake up at that particular time, right? So that's the reason that your sleeping time is very important, right? And researchers also believe that sleep may promote the removal of waste products from brain cells, something that seems to occur less efficient, but the brain is awake. When your brain in the day, let's say, when your brain is awake, you will only be able to understand what is going on through the day. So there's no relaxation time, right? So, but in the night time, when you're sleeping, you have the relaxation time, your brain cells are not actively working, your body is not moving, your muscles are not contracted, right? So that's the reason, that's the time when the waste products will be removed from the brain cells or from the brain, right? So this is according to the biological clock that you're sleeping again. And also there's this power nap, there's this napping usually that we follow in the daytime. But that means napping means all at once sleep. So suddenly you feel like, okay, I'm sleepy now. Let me just sleep for half an hour. Let me just sleep for 40 minutes, right? That's a power nap. But this is not a hard and fast rule. So too much of anything, that means napping, comes with a drawback. So not anything of huge amounts is good for us. So it also has a side effect. Napping for too long can affect sleep quality. So if you're sleeping in the daytime, or let's say if I'm feeling sleepy for about at 6 o'clock in the evening, and I just want to take a 30 minutes of nap, right? Power nap. And then I'll sleep in the night around 11:30 is what I think at that time. But when I go to that 11 o'clock, I won't sleep because I'm not feeling sleepy, right? So that power nap actually affects your daily regular biological clock. So yes, it matters when you exactly sleep, at what time. Now, we have few stages, sleeping stages, and few mechanisms along with the cat. So yes, there are basically two types of sleep that we go through, right? There is a rapid eye movement, which is your eye, even when closed, is having a movement over there. And there is a non-movemental sleep as well. In this non-REM sleep, you also have two types, which is light sleep, and the other one is deep sleep. Now, light sleep is occasional twitches of muscles, which means you're not completely asleep. You still have few brain activity going on. You still have your body muscles moving. And this is, people usually call these people as light sleepers. So whenever you have sound going around you, whenever you have someone even, switching on a light in the room or in another room, you do feel the sound and you get up. So that's what this means. And the deep sleep occurs after and before the light sleep, right? So first this is a cycle. So first there is a light sleep that happens for about 60 minutes, that is 1 hour. And then you have deep sleep for about, let's say, 4 to 5 hours. And then you have 1 hour of the light sleep again. So this deep sleep that you have is what you feel like, I had a good night, right? So this light sleep again, your muscles are relaxed. At the same time, it will be very difficult to wake you up, right? That's the deep sleep in non-REM sleep. And when you have a rapid eye movement, it is also called as paradoxical sleep, which occurs, as I said, 60 to 90 minutes of before the non-REM deep sleep. So most of your dreaming or most of your actually the terrorized dreams that you get also comes under this sleep, the 60 minutes. And you feel like, I feel so many times that I'm paralyzed at this particular moment and I'm not able to move because we are in REM sleep, right? Which this prevents from actually, when you have dreams, you want to kick someone, right? There's a boxing scene going on in your dream and you want to kick someone with your hand, right? That will not happen because we are in this REM sleep, right? So you feel like you're completely paralyzed and you're not able to move at all. As you age, the REM sleep will reduce, right? And one cycle, as I said, 1 hour, and then 4 to 5 hours, and then 1 hour. This cycle will normally in a night time, it will take about 4 to 5 cycles, right? And then every single cycle will go for about 90 to 120 minutes, right? And then the next cycle begins. It's like that. So that's when we are assuming for 8 hours of good sleep. That's when you are counting 4 to 5 cycles, or else the cycles will reduce. Again, let's talk about dreaming here. Humans tend to experience dreams. Yes, we all do. And I have seen few videos where even animals have dreams. It's not just humans, even animals have dreams. And you spend about 2 hours each night dreaming, but may not remember, as they tend to rapidly fade away after waking up. So let's say you have 2 hours of dreams, right? And you wake up, you vividly remember that, yeah, I saw this character, but I don't remember the story that happened around this character. So this is what happens. And sometimes you wake up and you remember the whole story and you tell that to the other person, right? So there is this REM and non-REM sleep. So when non-REM sleep, the deep sleep comes in picture, that's when the dreaming happens. But sometimes there is this REM sleep, which also has dreams, very little time. But the dreams that we do remember happens in this REM sleep, but not in the non-REM. I hope you understand. So we are about to tell the dream that we had that comes under the REM, and we are not able to remember anything apart from the character that we saw that too vividly does come under the non-REM sleep. And as I said, they rapidly fade away after you wake up. And its exact purpose isn't known. As I said, researchers don't know. They do have a big picture of what happens behind this, but they don't know how to, the jigsaw puzzle, how to attach all those together. So they're not able to connect the dots properly. But dreaming may help you process your emotions. So every day we go through a lot of memories. We go through from morning to night till we hit the bed. We go through a lot of scenes, right? So all those emotions are processed when we sleep, is what, as of now, the researchers are saying. And frightening dreams, as I said, can also be experienced in all stages of sleep, but usually are most vivid in REM sleep. Again, as I said. Some people dream in color, which I didn't know, while others also recall dreams in black and white. Most of the dreaming happens in REM stage. So these color and black and white also happen in REM stage, and you do remember them. And yeah, the color and black and white, I don't know this point, but when I read this point, I felt really wow. The animals, they don't actually see colors, they only see black and white. So us watching our dreams in black and white is a new point for me. So we have few disorders or conditions when it comes to not having a proper sleep, or when we ourselves proactively try to reduce our hours of sleep, right? That actually disturbs our brain activity. That actually helps disturbs the neurological connections in our brain, which is really, really very sad, but at the same time, very important for us to note in our mind. So please sleep nicely. Keep in mind that it's normal to have trouble sleeping every now and then. Yeah, every now and then it's fine. We can sleep, we can, cover the hours of time in the night. But at the same time, if you're proactively doing it, don't do it. So the first one, which is very common, is insomnia, right? This is a general term for difficulty falling asleep and staying asleep or staying asleep. So associated with anxiety, post-traumatic disorder, and suicidal attempts. Sleep disorders can increase the risk of psychotic episodes also. So there are these psychotic episodes, which means you're trying to imagine someone over there who is not exactly there, some voice talking to you, some person talking to you. These are psychotic episodes, right? And anxiety, as everybody knows, it's kind of a triggering thing which happens with a person. It differs from person to person. And post-traumatic stress disorder, which means that there is some stress going on in your mind and you're not able to sleep, right? When you say, I'm not able to sleep, to the doctor, the first thing that they ask is, are you going through any stress, right? So that's what this means, post-traumatic stress disorder. And suicidal attempts, which is like the peak of this insomnia. And the next is narcolepsy, which is excessive daytime sleepiness. You'll not be able to sleep in the nighttime, but you'll be able to sleep in the daytime. And that is not you wantedly doing it. That is the mind acting as if you want to sleep. And you will not know when the sleep comes in. It just comes in, right? And there is this sudden muscle weakness also. So when you say, I'm not able to do this, I just want to relax, I just want to rest, I just want to go lie down on the bed, that is a symptom of narcolepsy, right? Again, it's not every now and then. If it's like a continuous thing, only then you feel it's a symptom of narcolepsy. Sleep apnea is also another very common thing, just like insomnia, which is snoring. And I think 90% of us would agree with this snoring. Even my husband does it. Maybe more than just an annoying habit, but they're not doing it wantedly. It's not because of the fact. The first and primary thing is this sleep apnea is nothing but you are not able to have a proper sleep, right? That's the reason why you are having these snorting noises. You have these periodic gasping, which means you're not able to take in the air properly. My village people, my grandmother, grandfather, they used to say that you are not able to get your oxygen properly in the brain, right? So this is what that means. You're not able to take in the air properly. You're not, you have periodic gasping, and during which their sleep is momentarily interrupted. So they wake up for every snore they have. They wake up for every periodic gasping they have. They do wake up. They don't know that, they do wake up. And the other thing is restless leg syndrome. I feel it sometimes. Let me tell you that. I have this a feeling of blood stopping in my leg, right? In my right leg. And every time this happens, I have to move my leg, I have to turn around, or I have to walk. So the same thing happens here, is by an unpleasant creeping sensation, often feeling like it is originating in the lower legs, right? But often associated with aches and pains throughout the legs. Well, I didn't come to that stage yet, but I do have the creeping feeling. So we have tips for better sleep, as everyone knows, but let's go through this once. Set and keep a sleep schedule. So be consistent every day. This is what I've underlined, because most of the people try to delay, saying, let's have a party till midnight, right? So you are not consistent every day. Be there a party, be there whatever going on, you have to have a consistent sleep, right? As I said, your biological clock is ticking, so go to sleep. So have that concentration or that keen observation on your sleep schedule. Make time for sleep. As I said, once you're asleep on the bed, you will be moving on the bed a lot. But don't think that, okay, now I'm up, let me just go up and watch TV. Let me just watch my mobile. So don't do that. Make time for sleep. Sleep again, but do sleep. Don't go to any other activity. Don't go to bed unless you feel sleepy. At the same time, if your biological clock is not calling you, to not hit the bed early, right? So make sure that you're going after you sleep, after you're feeling sleepy, right? And avoid the bright lights or electronics, especially around bedtime. So as I said, I think I have seen most of my friends going to bed with their mobiles and watching the reels, TikTok, Facebook. I know that you guys watch most of the electronic devices, but it's not actually good, because your eyes are actually active because of those lights, those device lights, right? So one suggestion that I could give to anyone, because you guys are not gonna leave your mobile, I'm sure, but you can switch your mobile to night mode, or you have that night light, right? It's a sleep time light which will dim your light in the mobile, in the device, and that will actually eventually that will make you sleepy, at least after an hour. But if you have that daylight in the mobile active, you will not sleep. I'm sure even for 2-3 hours, you will not sleep. And also, we do this for our infants, for our toddlers, that we close all the curtains, we turn off all the lights, we make the room dim so that we feel that sleepiness, right? Let's do it for ourselves also, not only for our kids, for ourselves also. We need to turn off the lights, we need to close off the curtains, we need to turn off the mobiles, right? And avoid drinking alcohol or eating a meal or having caffeine or nicotine too close to the bedtime. So we do have parties mostly in the night time, right? So I'm not saying no, but at the same time, try to have a gap between your bedtime and your drinking time, right? If there's a gap between your meal or between your coffee, I'm sure most of them avoid having coffee just an hour or 2 hours before the night time. And do the same thing for meal, do the same thing for alcohol as well, right? And don't rely on sleeping medications. Most of us, when we go to the doctor, we do somewhere in the corner of our mind expect to have a medicine for this, right? That's when we go to the doctor. Take the medicine, but at the same time, don't completely, rely on that. You can do the relaxation before bed, which is try to have a warm bath, try to read something, be it Kindle, be it book, anything. Or you can try to listen to the soothing music. These days, you have so many sleep inducing music. So you can listen to that. I have my speaker, Bluetooth speaker, which I play music on, and then I sleep. Sometimes I play audiobooks that are running in the background. I don't know what happens in the story, but still I listen to them and I sleep, right? So make sure you also try new methods if you're not able to, sleep properly, and let me know later on if that works. And also exercise or yoga or meditation actually helps in inducing the sleepiness. I've done that. So yeah, the meditation by far helped me a lot for sleeping if I'm not able to, on the days when I'm not able to sleep. So use your bedroom for bedroom activities only. So when guests come in India, I'm sure most of you would agree that we take the relatives or the ladies directly to our bedroom and we sit there and we talk about our husbands, about our mother-in-laws, what not, right? So don't do all these things. Don't eat, don't play, don't exercise, right? And don't chit-chat with your friends in the bedroom. So it's only for sleeping, right? So let's set that in the bedroom, because whenever you're trying to go to the bed and you think of all these things going on, you don't have that environment around you, you will not be able to sleep, right? So that's the reason why let's stick to it, right? And reach and maintain a healthy weight. The researchers, the national organization that I was talking about was also talking about diet. So when it comes to your fat, right? So that actually reduces your sleep. As I said, that fat is a second reason for your snoring, for your snorting, right? So reduce your weight, maintain a healthy weight. I'm sure you'll be sleeping very nicely like a baby. That was my presentation, guys, and I hope everyone understood what I was talking about. So that's how you'll be able to sleep very nicely. And as I said, you'll be getting up with a fresh mind, and you'll not have any frightening dreaming. So yes, thank you so much. Over to Rashmi.
Wow, Coach Kalyani, what a beautiful session. Because, we just focus on our eating and our dress up and everything, but we don't focus on physically, physically, we look after, but don't look after our sleep pattern. And sleep pattern is good, then our brain function as well will be the good. So it's a beautiful nugget in our life that we should sleep proper. And what are the tips you gave. It's really very knowledgeable, because we know each and everything, but even though we do the mistakes, so it's very beautiful. And non-REM and REM, first time I heard about it, that what the sleeping pattern according to age also you describe us. It's very nice, and I love, because first time I'm come to know that animals also, when they sleep, they see the dreams. That's a new for me. Thank you so much for this wonderful session, and round of applause for you, definitely. Now is the time to call upon our dear reviewer to sum up the whole session. The intelligent and our soft-spoken coach, Susai sir. Susai sir, stage is yours, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I should thank sharEvery for giving me this great opportunity. I should, in fact, thank Coach Kalyani for a wonderful session. So I thought I could definitely take this topic and then deal more about that. So thank you so much for giving me that motivation. And I should, in fact, thank, because you made us not to sleep, making us alive. So thank you so much. And I was happy the way that you took this topic and then categorized under each subcategory. So you talked about what is sleep and the duration of people having to have sleep at different stages. And even also you were talking about when to sleep and this and that. And I was also very happy. You could say that a lot of researchers those researchers have been done, and what exactly the results of those researches, and you made it the point that we should also follow. So thank you so much for that. And then sleep stages, the way you categorized different things, and I'm happy that at the end you came out with the ideas. How to maintain or tips for better sleep. It was really nice, and as Rashmi was saying, that even animals do dream. And what attracted me was colored dreams. So, and as Rashmi was saying, that REM and REM and non-REM, and the way you could correlate different aspects into your presentation, types of sleep, and why do we dream, and the conditions and disorders. I was happy that you could, as like a psychologist, you could say that there are 4 disorders like insomnia. The way you gave examples with all those 4 types were really excellent. So I'm really happy that your presentation was very fruitful. No, I'm just saying, I'm not just flattering, but it was very good, very informative, very effective. I'm sure that everyone would definitely agree with my point. But one suggestion was the font size was too small. Even if you can go for the next slides. For example, if you have got 10 points, if your all 10 points do not fit in the one slide, go for 2-3 slides. So maybe the topic remained the same, or subheading remained the same. So that I was just, because with the glass, I was just looking again closer to the screen and then was reading. So that was one suggestion. Maybe otherwise it was very nice. We would definitely follow the tips, actually. So one of the tips that I was saying, that we should not do anything, or even not taking our guests to the bedroom, and should not share with so that was really good. And then we need to have a sleep time, actually. So if you sleep every day at 9 o'clock, go to bed at 9 o'clock. So if you could maintain, so I'm sure we will definitely have a better sleep. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. What a great way to conclude your whole session. Thank you so much. Well done. Keep it up.